Good morning, students. So, as in the last class, we have started with a new chapter, which was the Southern Plateau, and we have already learned about what is a plateau and also the two divisions of the peninsular or Southern Plateau, which are the Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau. So, today we are going to learn in depth about both these divisions. So, firstly, we will read about the Central Highlands. The Central Highlands lie above the river Narmada. They are surrounded by Aravali in the northwest, Vindhya Range in the south, and the Chota Nagpur Plateau towards the east. Malwa Plateau and Bundelkhand Plateau lies between Aravali and Vindhya ranges. The Chota Nagpur Plateau includes the state of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh and Odisha. This region is rich in minerals. So children, the Central Highlands, this portion is located above the river Narmada. As you can see here, the green shaded portion is Central Highlands and this portion is just above the river Narmada. You can see blue line represents Narmada river. So just above the blue lines you have Central Highlands. So this is the location of Central Highlands. And also children, the Central Highlands are surrounded by many things like many hills and chain of mountains. So you have Aravali Hills, which is in the northwest. Then you have Vindhya Range in the south of Central Highland. Then you have Chota Nagpur Plateau, which is towards the east. Malwa Plateau and Bundelkhand Plateau lie between the Aravali and Vindhya ranges. So children, Central Highland is made up of three plateaus. Central Highland is made up of three plateaus. The first is Chota Nagpur Plateau, which is towards the east, whereas Malwa Plateau and Bundelkhand Plateau, they both lie in between Aravali Hills and the Vindhya Range. So Central Highland is made up of three plateaus. First is Chota Nagpur Plateau, Malwa Plateau and Bundelkhand Plateau. Now, what are the states which lie in Chota Nagpur Plateau? So, you have Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh and Odisha. So, all these three states lie in the Chota Nagpur Plateau, and this region, this Chota Nagpur Plateau is rich in minerals. Now, what are minerals? So, children, minerals are naturally occurring substances. So, they are natural substances which are found inside the earth's surface. So, they are found inside the earth's surface, and the examples of minerals are gold, silver, iron, etc. So, since all these things are found inside the earth's surface, that is why they are known as minerals, and Chota Nagpur Plateau is very rich in all these minerals. Now, this was about the Central Highlands. Now, we will read about the Deccan Plateau. So, Central Highland was lying in the central portion of India or in the middle portion of India. But the Deccan Plateau lies towards the southern part of India. It lies on the southern part of India. So, Deccan Plateau lies below river Narmada, and Deccan Plateau includes sections of the states of Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Remains of volcanic lava beds have been found in these areas. As a result, black soil is found in this region. This soil bed may have been formed millions of years ago. So firstly, I'll show you the location of Deccan Plateau. So children, the portion which is shaded in orange is Deccan Plateau, and it lies just below the river Narmada. So it is lying towards the south of river Narmada, And the states which form part of Deccan Plateau, or states which are located on this plateau, are parts of Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. So these many states are located, or they lie on the Deccan Plateau. Now we have already read about these states in the last chapter, in chapter 5, when we were reading about the coastal plains. So in this chapter we are not going to read about these states again. We are going to read only about those states which we have not read. Now in Deccan Plateau, children, black soil is found. So what type of soil is found in Deccan Plateau? We get black soil, or black soil is found in the Deccan Plateau because, or due to, the remains of volcanic lava beds which were found in these areas millions and millions of years ago. So children, millions of years ago, here there were volcanoes. So here there were volcanoes, and due to volcanic eruption, so when the volcanoes erupt, when lava comes out of these volcanoes, it used to cool down and then it became hard rock. So when these rocks broke down into smaller or fine pieces, we got black soil, or thus black soil was formed. So that is why that is why, or this is only known as volcanic lava beds, because volcanoes were here millions and millions of years ago, and due to the eruption from volcanoes, black soil is formed, and this black soil is found in the Deccan Plateau. Now the Deccan Plateau is surrounded by the Western Ghats on the west, the Eastern Ghats on the east, and Nilgiri Hills on the south. To the northern side of the Deccan Plateau lies the Satpura Range and the Chota Nagpur Plateau. So children, Deccan Plateau is surrounded by Western Ghats on the west side and Eastern Ghats on the east side, and you have Nilgiri Hills on the south. So here, as you can see, on the western side you have Western Ghat, on eastern side you have Eastern Ghat, and on the south part, on the southern side, you have the Nilgiri Hills. So in between Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat and Nilgiri Hills, you have the Deccan Plateau. So this is the location of Deccan Plateau. And on the northern side of the Deccan Plateau lies the Satpura Range and the Chota Nagpur Plateau, about which we have read. Now, Eastern Ghats, which is also known as Purva Ghat, are a discontinuous range of hills running parallel to the eastern coastal plains. It is cut by several rivers. On the other hand, Western Ghats, which is also known as Sahyadris, run parallel to the western coastal plains. So children, Eastern Ghat is also known as Purv Ghat, and the term Purv is a Hindi term from, or for the word east. So east in Hindi means Purv. So that is why Eastern Ghat is also known as Purv Ghat, and Eastern Ghats are discontinuous chain of hills running just beside the eastern coastal plain. Now what is discontinuous? If you see here children, Eastern Ghats are not a continuous chain, means it is broken in some places. So this is not continuous, this is discontinuous. So discontinuous means it is broken at several places, and from these cuts rivers are flowing. The Eastern Ghats has got many cuts, and from here only the rivers are flowing. But if you see the Western Ghat, it is continuous range. It is not broken from any place. So it is lying just beside the western coastal plain, and similarly Eastern Ghats is lying just beside the eastern coastal plain. And Western Ghat, children, is also known as Shayadris. This is the another name for Western Ghats. So here we have learnt that Eastern Ghats are discontinuous or it is broken, and Western Ghats are continuous and it is also known as Shayadris. Now, majority of the rivers in the Deccan Plateau flow from west to east and end in Bay of Bengal. This happens because most of the land in the Deccan Plateau slopes from west to east. This region is drained by a number of rivers: Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi, Kaveri, Tungabhadra, Bhima and Indravati. The two major rivers that do not pour into the Bay of Bengal are Tapi and Narmada. These rivers flow westwards and fall into the Arabian Sea. So children, in this paragraph we are learning about the different rivers that flow in the Deccan Plateau. Rivers that are flowing in the Deccan Plateau, and mostly the rivers flow in west to east direction. So the rivers are flowing from west to east and they fall into the Bay of Bengal, which is on the eastern side. And this happens because the land is tilted from west to east. Since the land is tilted from west to east, that is why the rivers flow into the Bay of Bengal, which is on the eastern side. And rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi, Kaveri, Tungabhadra, Bhima and Indravati, all these rivers are flowing from west to east and then they fall into Bay of Bengal. But there are two rivers called Tapi and Narmada. They fall into Arabian Sea because they are flowing in west direction. Westward means towards the west direction. So they are falling into the Arabian Sea because they are flowing in west direction. Now, most of the rivers of this region are rain fed. As a result, irrigation is uneven. The rivers in this region flow at a great speed. Since the landform is uneven, they form a number of waterfalls. The Jog Falls on the Sharavati River in Karnataka is one of the highest waterfalls in India. So children, most of the rivers in the Deccan Plateau is rain fed. Rain fed means that whenever it rains, the rivers are getting filled with water. So it is only when rain pours, the rivers are getting filled with water. This is only the meaning of rain fed. And because the rivers are rain fed, so the irrigation or watering the crops is not even. If it rains nicely, then the crops are watered properly, and if it is not raining properly, then the crops will also not get enough water. Now, the river here flows with a lot of speed. So the rivers in the Deccan Plateau are flowing with a lot of speed, and because the surface here is not even or smooth, because the surface of Deccan Plateau is not smooth, that is why you have many waterfalls in this region. So Jog Falls is one such waterfall which is on the river Sharavati and it is in Karnataka. So Jog Falls is one of the highest waterfalls in India, and a picture of Jog Fall is given here just beside this paragraph. Now there are two questions which are asked. Can you tell the state where they are located? So Jog Fall is located in Karnataka. In Karnataka it is located. And why are they famous? So Jog Fall is famous because it is one of the highest waterfalls in India. So the first answer is Karnataka, and the second answer is that since it is the highest waterfalls in India, that is why it is famous. So children, today we learned about the two divisions of Deccan Plateau, the two divisions of Peninsular Plateau or the Southern Plateau, which is the Central Highlands, and about the Deccan Plateau. So today we will learn till here only. Now you will read again and again the portion which is taught today, and if you have any doubt you can message me on Campus Care. Now I will see you in the next video. Thank you, children.